How are we? Turn that on. Hopefully you can hear me. How very dare you, SJ? How very, very dare you? Hello everybody. Here we go. Hi Lou and Mike and Disco and Mordato and SJ. How are you doing? Are we well? That's not working. There we go. Can you hear the game? Can you hear me? I feel like I want to turn that round a little bit. There we go. That's better. How is everybody? Are we well? I need a drink. I thought, seeing as it was quite a short stream yesterday, because obviously I finished it, I thought I'd treat you all. You know, it had nothing to do with just wanting to sack the housework off and play games all afternoon. Right, is that game loud for you? Did I say Mook? Is Mook here? Did I miss you? Sorry if I missed you, Mook. I can't see Mook. Are you being naughty, Lou? I may have said Mook. Did I call somebody Mook? Sorry. Getting old. Right, that seems quite loud to me. Is that music loud to you guys? I think I'm going to have to turn that down a bit. That is very loud in my ear hole. Oh, that's better. Maybe. You're always naughty, Lou. That's gotta... Right. That's alright. How's that for you guys? I can turn it up for you without turning it up in my ear hole. Me again more than you. Okay, hang on then. I'm going to get it right in my ear hole and then sort it out for you. Because that is like crazy loud. Right. Let me turn it down for you guys. We'll see how that goes. Just looking at the levels. That looks better. Right. Let's start anyway, and I can always have another look in a bit. So, I have played this before, but I think only once and years ago. So, I'm pretty much... You have no idea how loud that is in my ear. Well done, Mike again. Thank you for the host though. Right, anyway, I'm pretty much going into this blind, so I will need lots of help, I think. Bandy! How are you doing? Why has that gone so loud? That is crazy. Is that really loud to you guys? That is so loud. I can't even have that in my ear that loud. I'm going to have to turn it down in a minute. Sorry, not sorry. I know you're going, Mike. You just want to scare us. I'm going to turn that down as soon as this...
This must be the place. Professor Oubier's house.
Looks pretty
Right, as soon as I
creepy.
can, I'm going to turn that down.
I've been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly
That's
6
crazy.
months.
I've got it right out
I
my
wanted
ear,
to
I can still
celebrate
hear
our
it.
reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist.
Oh, you dick. Hang on. Goodness sake. I shouldn't have pressed that. Since when can't you go to the menu? Right. Where is the menu? That's a hint. Hang on. Let's sort the music out first. Because that's nearly all the way down. Maybe it's sound effects and not... Right, we'll try with that. Let's try again. It's very big. See, that's loud again. That's not quieter at all, is it? Cross! Wait for a sec. That's so loud. Why is it so... Hang on. Let me see if this makes any... Where's my bleeding nose? Why? Has that turned it down for you guys? Cross! How are you doing? So...
This must be the place. Professor Oubier's house.
Has that turned
Looks
it down
pretty
for
creepy.
you?
I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen
Thank
Nico
you
for
so
nearly
much for the
6
raid,
months.
Cross. And hello, Gavin. Brummy raid.
I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist.
Hi, Alex, as well. Maybe
Something to do with a
maybe.
Mayan stone she came across while researching a story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling.
How's that? How are you doing, Cross? Did you have a good stream? Rude. Cool. So much louder than the other one. Well, he's a bit rude, isn't he? Rude. Oh. Big spider incoming. Oh man. That's gonna eat him. Oh no. Did you manage to do a stream though? Like, and do it alright? Not liking him. I'm on the wrong screen. There you go. He's a big one, isn't he? Yeah, that's not doing anything. Okay.
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair.
It's a small dog.
Just one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood.
Right, before we go any further, can you guys hear the game alright? And is it alright now? Because it seems alright in my ears now. I can hear what he's saying, but is it alright for you guys? I'd like to see loose stamp on that one. Oh man, can you imagine the guts that go everywhere? It worked fine after 2 hiccups. Well, as long as it worked alright in the end. Did you enjoy it? Was it good? Game's a bit too quiet. Hang on then. What, both the music and the talking? Just in general? And turn it up a bit. I'll have to do something, won't I? Oh. Eat a dick, Gavin. I died.
I glanced over the books. No such luck. But I noticed one
Block
corner
of wood.
the bookcase was
Okay.
supported by a loose block of wood.
Ha!
Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning
Nice.
house with no means of escape.
Right, we've got rid of the spider. How's the sound now? Get Rex Spider, exactly. There we go.
One mighty bound, our hero was free. Now I had to deal with that fire.
But how do you? Wait a minute. Right. I can't hear any sound effects now though, so I'm going to turn that off a bit, and then see how we go with that. How the shit did you die? I didn't know you could die that bit. I think I just waited too long, and the spider got me. Right. That's better. I can actually hear things now.
The rope was shredded and no possible use to me. I
Oh,
had no time
I didn't mean
to
to
sit
do
around.
that. Splat. Much splat. Right.
I wasn't touching that spider goo. Inside, I found
Ooh.
a bottle of
A
tequila.
tequila.
Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal. Ew. Disgusting. Not only did the tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself.
Hi, Disco!
I'd drunk enough of that.
Oh, got the worm.
There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet.
What, other than the dead spider?
It was the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Because of course you'd pick it up.
In the drawer was a small decorated pot.
Is it SJ's part? She ignored me the first time. Rude. Right, I think I've done everything in there. What's that? A dart. Pot hive. Much.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end. But this didn't deter me from
Business
hitting
end.
it anyway.
Right. Bag.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to
Nice.
me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away. Well, they could be useful.
Yeah, I bet. Oh.
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it. The cabinet was locked. There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
Okay.
The door blocked my only means of escape.
That is a small box for a massive spider. Right, what have we got?
I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from Andrei Labanov.
Oh, he's slimy from the museum, isn't he?
The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number. Labanov figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running. The pot contained a key.
Handy.
The key was way too
Yeah, it
large
would.
to fit into that tiny keyhole.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to get through those sturdy bars.
I thought that was going to be the key for in there.
It was a pair of red
Am I being really
lip-string
thick already?
decorated with a large black satin heart.
Lovely.
It was Nico's lipstick. It wasn't my color, and it reminded me of clowns. I'd better think this through. Wrong, wrong, wrong. released the lock, something blew the doors open.
He would have burnt his trousers then.
That cylinder was hot. I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands.
Can't start work till 5:30, been up since 8. Aww. What time you got to work till?
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around the hot cylinder.
The speech is still low. Hang on. I think I might, excuse me, turn it back up on here a bit. Does that change it for you guys? If not, I can turn it up on the stream. Right. Where was that? Oh, hang on,
The
what's in
cabinet was
here?
already open.
Don't know, see how it goes. It's rubbish.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened. Now I
Oh,
had one
George.
primed up and ready-to-use extinguisher.
How convenient.
With a well-aimed squirt of his soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
Take it there's nothing else we can do in here. Okay. That's quite weird that he just picks it up.
The cabinet was already open.
Yeah, don't think we'll do any more. I'm going to save it. I haven't saved it yet. That's the wrong button. Everything's different on this one.
I wasn't going to burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Could just use the pants again. Bit fancy here, isn't it?
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two. It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun.
How's the sound now?
Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible
Has
from
that
here.
turned it
The
up
best
for you
place to
guys?
view the eclipse would be Mexico. Much as I disliked him, Labano might be my only hope of finding Nico. Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobart, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre,
Speech is still
we
low.
need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Just the
Okay.
speech.
You remember the
Or
cafe
all
at
of it?
Montfaucon?
Sure. Andre? You'd better show, you creep. I felt an irrational urge to wipe my ear.
Let me turn it up a bit. See how that is.
It was locked.
How's that? Because I can turn just the speech up on the game options. Because it's the music. It just goes crazy, doesn't it?
The door was locked. I didn't fancy my chances of kicking this door
No,
down.
probably not. Let's use the key.
I unlocked the door. I wasn't looking forward to meeting Labano again, but he was my only link with Nico.
Oh, we've been here before, haven't we?
There was no sign of Labano when I got to the cafe.
That's
I decided to
Montfaucon
order
up there,
coffee
isn't
and
it?
wait for him.
Good. Right, let's give her a little read. 6 months later, back in Paris. Blah, blah, blah. Wants to go and meet Professor Oubier about a Mayan stone. Blah, 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 blah. And then we know all the rest. Okay.
Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here
Huh?
the day I found the catacombs.
I was. Ah, yes. I remember you.
Yeah. Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Well, no.
Have you ever heard of a Professor Oubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
Rude. No, I cannot. Eat a fatty.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking. The man was still looking. The man was still looking. Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake.
Is my voice
Only in
too
my
loud,
case
or
it
you
was
being
more
a
copper
twat?
than gold.
How come?
Oh, no, you're a
I
twat.
made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
Short but sweet.
What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Oh, that's very dull in comparison.
It is
I don't know
really.
anything about eclipses.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail.
Rude. We've obviously got to get that flask.
Garçon. He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Oh, hello, Chris. How are you doing?
The man was still looking.
How am I going to get that off him? I'm going to
It
go
was
in
too
here.
hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Labano.
How am I going to get that off him? I want to show him the pants. You're bored. So you thought you'd come and watch me play a
I wouldn't
game.
have wanted that.
It's a bit rubbish that you've got all this time to kill, though.
The man was still looking. The man was still looking.
Mug him. So I don't know if he actually looks away.
The man was still looking.
He doesn't actually look away at all, does he?
The man was still looking.
No. I'm missing something.
No, that's wrong.
Thanks, George. Helpful.
Hey, you. Well, I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
I think he's still looking, yeah.
Un café.
Thanks. What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe? I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
Bloody
It
hell.
is. Don't look at me. I didn't sell it to him.
Oh well, we'll talk to him
You know a
instead.
guy called
See if that'll
André
unlock something.
Lobignon?
Oui. I know him. What of it?
Well, I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No. I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Oui. He married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died.
No.
Suspicious circumstances.
Oh dear. Look at the state of her in that picture as well.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and a watertight alibi.
How's the sound now? Can you
Why
hear it
would
all
an
right?
eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Ah, oui. Sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, here he comes. Slimy Slimison.
Well, this is a surprise, Georgie.
Georgie.
I wouldn't
Still
normally
think they
call
go.
you,
What, the whole game or just the speech?
but Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor Oubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his
hell's
butler's
wrong with
kidnapped her. And he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
My father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
Gotta sort
So,
that
how
out.
can
That's
I help?
dreadful.
Nico needed to speak to Oubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Well, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
What's funny
Cat!
is that your life really
Can't
is
hear
on
any
the
other
line.
sounds but speech.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy. And the guy who kidnapped Nico
Sort
was
it
from
out in a
Central
minute.
America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god. You mean I could be in danger too?
He's all heart, isn't he? Right. Can you get... No.
Much as I hated to admit it, Lobignon was the only... In that dust, it was just a question of pumping it out of him. I really needed to know more from Lobignon.
Okay, I've got to go through all these
What do you
speech
suppose
options
the
first.
carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with
Well,
smuggling.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Oubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something
yeah,
like
I
this would
second that,
happen.
Cap.
If
I
she's been
second
hurt,
that.
Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself.
Sluggy Sluggerson.
Tell me about your friend Ubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all.
No, I don't.
Does Ubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're
He
amusing,
doesn't like
don't
him, does he?
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The Gliese Gallery.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Right, so all you can hear is the speech. Because I turned the music down because it was blasting.
Tell me what you've done
Augie!
with my
How are
stone.
you doing?
I thought
Are
your
you bored?
business was simply
No.
smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Rude.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So
Yeah,
I
not too
had a
bad.
word with one of my girlfriends, and she told
Just
me
trying to get the
her
sound
boyfriend
right.
was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough. I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle.
Rude.
We'll leave you to think it over.
I think it's a different voice actress,
Come
isn't
the
it?
morning,
Sounds
you'll be
different.
ready to talk.
Right. Let's turn that up a little bit then. Turn them off a bit. Turn that up a bit. See how that is. Back. I hear music and sound effects. Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll see how it goes. I'm still can't nick that off him.
The man
can
was
I?
still looking.
I've obviously got to. She does look different, doesn't she? See, maybe I've got to nick it when he takes a swig of his drink.
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do.
How's the sound now?
When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe.
Oh,
a highly
he's
potent
cheeky.
and illegal alcoholic drink.
Right. How is... You do need to pinch it, get depressed if you keep talking to them, pinch it. Yep. Literally just done it. How does that look now? Oh god, I sort this out. It looks terrible. Hang on. I've got to sort this out. It's really annoying me. Oh, bleeding hell. I'll stop messing in a minute. There you go. Left a bit. I think that looks alright now. There we go. North of Pixel. Shut up, okay, it's central. There we go. That was annoying me. Right, we'll get it right soon. Is the sound okay? And everything.
Excuse me.
What?
No, I shan't. I want it to look nice.
Didn't you try to appeal against your dismissal?
There was no point. It was my word against that of the chief inspector. And he was a close friend of the director of the museum I was supposed to be patrolling.
He doesn't seem very happy, does he?
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
It was too hot to sit inside the
I'll go in
cafe.
there. Should we offer him his own absinthe?
Excuse me.
What?
He wouldn't have wanted that. I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah. It was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
He's a happy chappy, isn't he?
You need anything else?
The waiter wouldn't have been interested.
That's all.
Thank you.
Do you reckon I've done everything here then? Sure. Feels like I haven't done everything.
Excuse me.
What?
Ever heard of Carol Climax, the movie star?
Yes.
I like the way
but
this
I don't
felt
care
that.
for the kind of movie she's made. It's smut like that which has caused the moral decline of the Western world.
Which museum was it you were supposed to be patrolling?
The Kroon. It wasn't as if anything important was stolen. Just a rusty old tripod.
The tripod I'd returned a few weeks later.
Oh, I've got everything, have I? First 4 games will have different actresses. Do they?
Excuse me.
What?
Is it true that Carol Climax was murdered by her husband?
Shut
Yes,
up!
I heard of it. I thought she just retired.
We want all the story, don't we?
I'd been looking forward to seeing my girl, but she wanted to rush off to see some professor.
I see. And you think she's having an affair with this professor?
Look, forget it. It doesn't matter. I had no desire to go down into the sewers.
Yeah, right.
Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glees Gallery.
Guessing it's that one.
The Glees Gallery
You're
had
a
style and class, but very few customers. The pots were protected by a glass case. Hi, girls. What's the joke?
あなたはキレてですね。
Okay, fine.
They're not creepy at all.
The Wasteland.
They are
Too
very
minimalistic
strange.
for too much money. Rectangles in a desolate landscape. Highly cubist.
Coming in, looking at our jars. Oh, yeah.
Are you
Oh,
Mr.
it's another
Glees, the owner?
slimy son.
no.
Then I guess that must be him over there, right?
Your powers of deductive reasoning astound me.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Yes, of course.
I was at his house earlier.
If you're going to drop names, you could at least name one worth dropping.
I thought Ubier was a well-respected man.
Why, his last book was nothing but pseudo-intellectual claptrap. The demented ramblings of a drug-dependent has-been.
Oh, he's pleasant.
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Glees can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he
Nice.
serves this muck.
Muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To
Rude.
you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge.
Smash his face in.
I splashed a little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine.
Sure we can find
In
it under all
fact,
that.
I could grow to like.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Let's put some more in then. Get him arseholed.
Allow me.
Getting pissed and rob him, yep. Then pots are going west. Then kick him in the dick. Oh dear. It's a bit squiffy.
Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me. I hope to God Ubier has plenty more of these pots at the docks. If not, I'm ruined.
I wasn't going to waste my breath on that drunkard.
Drunkard. Rude.
Spheres in a barren waste. Oh, very profound. I could see a pattern emerging in this artist's work.
There's just nothing, is there? I mean, look, a square and a rectangle. That's it.
I had no possible use for a credit card reader. The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
That's cubism. It's bullshit though, isn't it?
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side was the remains of a label. Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing. The packing case contained nothing but styrofoam chips.
Okay.
It was a label bearing the name Condor Transglobal.
Let's go to Mars. You reckon?
It was the newspaper clipping. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening
I'm
train.
glad he got there. Is there a bar on Mars? There might be an ice cold beer machine as well. It's out of this world.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Okay. There's women with 3 boobs in bars on Mars. You'll fit in fine then. Oh, little puppy. He's an angry puppy.
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
Baby, you make me wish I had 3 hands.
Here, boy.
Little doggy. He's an angry doggy. So I'm just going to do the same thing again.
Didn't I tell you to stay away from the fence?
I was nowhere near it. It's that dog. He's crazy.
Hey, mind what you say. He's sensitive to negative criticism.
Okay, so we're not going through there. Shut up. That's not obvious at all.
Hi, good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
If the big hand's on the 4, it just means it's 20 past something.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it? Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, it comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
Aww.
Does number 20 have rabies?
Nah, just a bad attitude. Like I said, he's a trained attack dog. They took him when he was a puppy and messed with his head to make him the way he is.
Poor little papa.
Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure, they have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was
Yeah.
easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I
Bet you
was
do.
getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'm paid to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her, and you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
Yeah, struck down by an Indian with a poisoned dart.
A poison dart, huh?
I could tell he didn't believe me. I have these very exotic panties.
I
Take
don't
them
think
away, you
exotic
pervert.
is really the right word. Tacky?
Have you ever heard of Professor Ubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Bet it smells
Not
nice
this
in
one.
there.
Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Lovely.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible.
windy.
This is the dart that the Indians shot at my girlfriend.
Sheesh! That's pretty weird, but I don't see why you'd expect to find her here.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
Just
I gotta
slide
go
off,
now,
is that
but I'll be back.
slimy?
Can't wait.
Ouch! That's hot.
Got to use the knickers again.
The panties would not have been thick enough to shield this level of heat.
Show him the knickers. Oh, shut up. Alright, can't do anything else, so looks like we're going down here. Oh, nice. That's pleasant.
My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform.
Haven't got anything that's long. I'm guessing you have to get the dog on there and then lower it. Oh, what's that?
The bottle was just out of reach. Nothing was going to get me into that water if I could help it.
Oh, hook.
The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook. For hooking boats.
Thanks, George.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
I'm sure we'll find a use for it.
It was the beer bottle that slob of a watchman had dumped in the sea, now half full of filthy dock water. The label read, Surge, the beer that clears your head. My arms were...
Okay, so we're going to have to get the dog on the platform. I'm guessing we've got to get rid of him. As soon as
I couldn't reach the bucket. I couldn't reach that far. I don't think so.
Can you get the keys? Oh, no.
I couldn't reach the packet.
No. Oh, with the hook. I'll try. No.
No.
I've got to get rid of him, haven't I?
I couldn't reach the packet.
You have what you need in your inventory and maybe not used in here. Oh, okay. I've got to get rid of him, haven't I? So I can go and look in there. Right, so what have we got? Okay. Let's go up here. That dog noise is so annoying. Sounds like a frigging goose more than a dog.
You dropped your beer bottle.
Not me, pal.
Yes, you did. I saw
Oh,
you
it's on
drop it
your
right in the
items.
sea.
Oh, okay.
Don't you know better than to dump your trash in the ocean?
I don't see no fish complaining.
See you later. It was a short wooden-handled boat.
Oh, did you say goose? I did. Thank you, Augie.
It was the beer bottle that slob of a watchman had dumped in the sea, now half full of filthy dock water. It was the poisoned dart which had stunned Nico. I'd never known anything keep her quiet so effectively.
Rude.
It was that itsy-bitsy tequila worm. I really must remember to take it out of my pants before I send them to the laundry.
Dog.
Without a way of firing the dart, I would never have been able to propel it fast enough to puncture the mutt's hide.
I've got to look for a clue.
It was a short wooden-handled boat hook.
That dog sounds insane.
It was the beer bottle that slob of a watchman had dumped in the sea, now half full of filthy dock water.
The guy the ship beer.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Bottle on the chimney, water to cool it down. Maybe.
The bottle was half filled with water.
Ah.
Maybe it would cool the
Good on
cone
you,
down
okay.
enough to touch it.
Say, is that a tequila worm in your pocket, or are you just a functioning alcoholic?
Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney. That chimney looked very exposed without its cone.
Okay. This game doesn't make any sense compared to the other one.
It was the metal cone I'd taken from the chimney of the watchman's hut.
Just shoot that dog. Just, yeah, it will do when you figure it out. It just makes no sense whatsoever so far. Put beer down it to put out his fire.
Do you recognize this
Maybe.
metal cone?
Say, that's just like the Tin Man wore.
It doesn't
You know, the
make
Wizard
any
of Oz.
sense to me so far.
I'd have never taken you for a fan of Dorothy and Toto.
That dumb kid? She ruined the whole damn thing for me, all that singing and stuff. Anyhow, she wasn't even a real kid. They stuffed her in a corset.
Well, it
to
might
a
make
bitty
total
big
sense to
show.
you.
See you later.
Yeah, pouring manky water on a chimney to take the top off it, yeah? I want to stuff the pants down it. No. No.
The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with
Stuff
smoke.
a bottle down a chimney. Bizarre.
Someone had once told me a piece of coal brought you luck. Who was I to argue with irrational superstition? The box contained nothing but blank forms.
I'm gonna rub his beans.
Baked beans in ketchup.
Oh, no thank you.
Yow! Stove equals heat. Heat equals burn. Burn equals excruciating pain.
Dog biscuits.
The packet was full of dog biscuits. That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was.
Shit in his beans. Well, I tried, but...
What the hell do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here.
Okay, just hold on to that dog.
I take it we're not going out there then. Right. Can only improve the flavour. So we need to get dog biscuits on. Oh yeah, you can't
My
reach
arms
it.
were...
So,
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy. I felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed.
bad dog. That's so rude. Poor little papa.
As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well,
A dog.
like a dog.
Right. So I'm guessing going up there. Now that the dog was out of the way. That's quite rude dunking him in that shit river. Quite the rudeness. Right, let's have a quick save. I've done 25% already. In like an hour. Yep, already done it. Wow. Right.
I decided not to tamper with the clamp. Those jaws looked like they could snap shut at any moment.
It's really small because I think I did about 10, 12 hours on the first one.
The sign looked as if it was firmly attached to the wall. Anyway,
3 more
I didn't really want
hours.
it as a souvenir.
Your laptop crashed. Rude. We dunked the dog. We made him fall in the manky water.
I couldn't reach the wheel and couldn't see any point in climbing up to it.
I don't know if you saw it. We put the dog biscuits on the little, what would you call it? The bit of wood that you can pull down. And then put dog biscuits, got the dog on it, and then opened it and he fell in the manky water. Which I thought was quite rude.
A sturdy chain and padlock hung around the door handles.
You're at 50% downloaded for Rocket League. Has that been on since last night? That's crazy. How is it taking so long? Yeah, you did. We opened the thing and he just landed in and just swam around.
This sign also looked firmly attached to the wall.
He swam like a dog. 11:30 this morning. Still, that's 4 hours ago. That's crazy.
The din must have drowned out the sound of my knocking. The grill opened from the inside.
Rocket League. We can play on Friday. Get it on Switch.
Maybe there was a way in up
tiny.
there.
Yeah, this must be a small game because you think of how long I've been faffing around with the
The
sound and
metal
stuff as
housing
well.
prevented me from getting to the fan.
I've only been on for just over an hour. Cool. No, thank you. We're waiting to get switched until a new one comes out.
I couldn't reach the blades of the fan, which was just as well. If I'd stuck my fingers in there, I'd never be able to play guitar again.
Yeah, I'm sure he plays guitar.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its
That is
blades were
rude.
mashed by the boat hook.
That is very rude.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak? That must be his boss. I decided there was a better way to attract their attention. I decided there was a better... Nope.
Nope. Okay.
The window was jammed shut. The metal housing prevented me from getting to the fan. grill open from the inside.
Who is it?
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone
How
likes
could you
pizza.
not like pizza?
Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella.
Yeah, that must be it. Could just not like it.
Hey,
What now?
look. This pizza's been paid for. You might as well take it.
I told you, I don't like pizza.
Not even with extra olives?
I hate them. Olives are the devil's butt
Too
nuggets.
right, mate. Don't think we're getting in there. Gav will tell you to get the full one, yes.
If you know what's good for you,
Get
you'll
the
open
full
this door.
one.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Running away. Go on, walk over there. Oh. Okay. Surely you've got to smack him with a barrel.
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
He's gonna kick my ass now, isn't he? That's two. That didn't really go to plan. Oh shit! You're not actually surprised about this, are you?
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Seriously? I have looked at the barrels. Well, the first time I did it too quick and he just come out and stood there. So I thought I'd wait until we actually come out and then do it. I think he's got a gun too, mate. Well, that's obviously what we've got to do, but he didn't go over there. Yeah, I know, that's what I did the first time, but I did it too quick and he just stood here. He didn't move, so I thought I'd wait. And then it was too late.
If you know what's good for you,
What if I...
I'll kick.
Okay.
I'm sure this is exactly what I did the first time. Ah. Bye. What a load of bollocks. I like the way he gets down the ladder. Come on. Right, let's save it, because if I have to do that again, I'm never going to play it ever again. Right, barrel of laughs, exactly. Georgie seems to have lost his conscience in this game, yeah. Right, let's have a look over here. This game's definitely harder to figure out than the first one.
Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coromante City.
Ooh. It's a bit rude that you can die so easily as well. Well, not that easily, but you know what I mean.
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key.
Mm. I'm guessing the key is going to be for that, surely.
The little brass key didn't fit the
Oh,
lock.
maybe not. I think it's locked, mate.
It was locked. All the crates were firmly sealed.
Oh, hello.
Whoa! Don't shoot! The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico. I waited for him to shoot me,
Oh,
but it didn't happen. Instead,
my
he seemed to want to
data.
tell me something.
You shouldn't say things like that if you can't share.
What? What do you want? He seemed excited, almost desperate. What did he want so bad?
First joking incident, spiders and dogs, stealing from old men, poisoning fat blokes. Oh, first killing innocent spiders and dogs, stealing from old men, poisoning fat blokes, and now smashing a Mexican's head in. Yeah. Not with us, she's not.
Hi. I'm not going to hurt you.
Quaramonte,
Is that where you're from? Coromante City?
Quaramonte.
Okay. What have you done with my girlfriend?
Huh?
I am not leaving
He doesn't
without her.
understand
Where is
what
she?
you're
It
saying.
didn't appear to understand me. What does this key unlock?
Huh?
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay?
Ah. Poor little bugger.
Hey, come back here. The little guy had gone to ground amongst the stack of crates. All the crates were firmly sealed.
Okay. Oh, I remember this room. Oh, how I remember this room.
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now?
Gavin! That's rude. Right, what can we put in front of there? Bit of coal?
I'd better think this through.
No. Bit of paper on it?
The label just wasn't sticky enough to stay in place.
Pair of pants?
That was no good.
Alright.
That isn't it at all. Holding my hand in... No, that's wrong.
A worm.
The worm may have been slimy, but it wasn't sticky. I'd better think this through.
No.
No.
The things in the bag keep changing position, I think.
Not such a good idea. I'd better think this through.
It's
There.
that easy.
That would keep the doors from closing.
I thought I couldn't leave it. Use a sticky gusset of the pants to block the sensor. That's disgusting. Not everyone's got a
I was
sticky
wrestling
gusset
with the
like
small
you.
crate when I noticed the label
What
on
flavour
its side.
Pringles have you got
Danger.
anyway?
Live contents do not drop.
There's a big spider in there, I reckon.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move. There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
Can I use the pants as a rope? No.
A sturdy beam was jammed across the doors. These doors were not going to open.
So we've got to get the heavy statue to bash into there. But how?
There was no way to open that window.
Oh, I've already done that.
There wasn't much I could do with a There wasn't enough room to move the handle. No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy. I didn't want to risk dropping the crate and releasing its live contents. The statue looked way too heavy for me to... There wasn't enough room to move the handle. I couldn't move the crate until I blocked the light beam with something else.
Okay, so I need something else to block the light beam so I can move that then. But I've tried all them, haven't I? No, you can't do that yet.
Nothing happened. That was probably because the elevator was already on this floor. I couldn't move the crate until I blocked the light beam with something else.
Any ideas? I'm sure I've tried all them things to block the light. Surely you could just sit a little box of dog biscuits in front of it.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch. There wasn't much I could do. Not such a good idea. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Look at the wooden wall. No, it's just a pulley and a statue. I don't seem to actually be able to do anything.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch. No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy.
I seem to need to block that with something so I can move this crate back, so I can move that live one onto that crate, so that I can do something with this pulley. That honking is pissing me off as well. It's like teasing me, saying hurry up. It must be something with the stuff I've got.
It was the metal cone I'd taken from the chimney of the watchman's hut.
You can't move the crates on your own. Oh, okay. Because the only things that I've got is the manacles on there.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Which aren't long enough. and something blocking that light. I can't actually do anything else. What would you use in a warehouse to move heavy objects? Well, the pulley, but I can't get to it. The pallet carrier, sorry. I can't get to it.
There wasn't enough room to move the handle. I didn't want to risk dropping.
I have no idea.
I wasn't convinced that that was the right thing to do.
I have no idea.
The label just wasn't sticky enough to stay in place.
Can you see any marks on the floor near the wooden wall? No. It's just the pulley, the statue, the crate, the live crate, the pallet carrier. That, what's that, photoelectric cell, another crate. I can't move that crate because it said I need something else to cover that up before I can move that. And the manacles, the chain isn't long enough to reach the statue from the pulley. And there's a window
There was no way to open that window.
that I can't open, and a door that I can't open, which obviously you've got to get that to smack through the door. That's it. There's a light switch, yeah. No, oh, I don't know if there's a light switch. There's a switch, a button for the lift, sorry. Just a button to call the lift. I've already pressed that. Have I not already pressed that? Or is there two? There's a button and a switch. Oh my god. That's rude. That's very rude. I'm quite
There
offended.
was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall.
And now you can see a doorway that you couldn't see before.
My fingers traced the outline of a
That's
secret door in
rude.
the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling.
Ooh.
Just as I'd hoped. A secret room.
Secret things. Thank you, Gavin.
Nico!
Nico! You have unlocked bonus comic artwork. Good. I want to pick that up first. Sod her.
Will you look at this?
Oh, so rude. They picked
It was
that
a
up
small
first.
statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face.
Hey, somebody's marketing Labino dolls.
Rude. I'm having to look around first. Nothing else. Oh, that tape it up. On that tape.
There. How you feeling?
Oh, thanks, George. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Ubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on, starting with that Mayan stone?
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Mou. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oublier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oublier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
I
Nico,
need that
wait.
tape. Now,
I decided to keep the masking tape. It was bound to be of some use to me.
Yeah, to cover the light up.
We can't use the elevator. If that
Don't
thug
walk
Pablo's
towards the
recovered,
light.
he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
Right, let's put tape on there because it's sticky. And then we'll move the crate back.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
We'll move that back, move that over. What the hell's in there? It's pissed something off anyway. That onking's annoying.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics,
What on earth are you doing?
trying to raise the
Just
statue
dropping
so I
there,
can
isn't
hook it to
she?
that pulley.
Is that really going to help us?
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
It all makes sense now we've found the light
The short
switch.
chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Or not.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move. I guess the wheels of the cart were jammed or something.
Ooh, did someone say annoying honking? Yes, we did. Thank you, Cap. Okay, I thought that would... What's that?
It was the rope the Indian had used to tie Nico to a chair. Boy, what a souvenir. Nope.
All because we couldn't find the light switch that was next to a button I'd already pressed.
The short chain stopped the cuffs.
Oh, I've just got to... Sometimes you overthink it, don't you?
The short chain stopped. I didn't want to remove the rope from the pulley. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Am I being completely
The short chain
thick?
stopped.
Are you not supposed to use them at all then?
Okay, tell me what you know about Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America. A place called Quaramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs. Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes. But he frightens me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes. They're like a wild animal's. Like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious.
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Ubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Did I hear
lovely.
you refer to Inspector Moon?
Yes, you remember him?
Oh yes.
Well, of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Mu knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Did that Indian guy mistreat you?
If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is or what he's doing here. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titty what?
Titipoco. That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir. Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges. But whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
Rude.
I found these in your bag.
Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's
He's a
quite
nosy
plain
bugger,
enough.
isn't he?
Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing. I don't blame him, though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poisoned dart?
Of course I'm sore.
Okay. I'm sure this is something to do with
The
that.
short chain stopped the cuffs.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I didn't think she'd be interested. There was nothing else I wanted to... The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Ah.
It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
There's a nice clue if ever I saw one. Where's she gone?
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Dear.
Okay, push!
Thanks for your help there, Nico.
Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
Makes the dream work. Don't know what Jaws sees now. She's a snobby cat. She is, isn't she? Where's me bag?
I thought about hanging from the cable with my bare hands, but it was too far to the other end of the cable to escape that way.
Oh, where?
Miko, I have a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. There's a dog. That was a great idea. To freedom.
Where have you been?
Never mind that.
Where
Do you have
haven't
the
I
Iron
been?
Stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, Andre. Give the stone to George.
well, of course.
Or
if
not.
you say
Yeah.
so, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Andre.
Georges, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte? It's in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
George.
Quaramonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it's translated in the brochure.
What on earth is
We
she
didn't know what we
wearing?
were looking for, but the offices of Condor
He just looks
Transglobal
like
seemed
he's
a
on
good place
holiday.
to start.
Oh, dear. Hands up yawning.
Hey, it's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Quaramonte City.
Quaramonte.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
I mean, seriously, what is she wearing? Right. Let's give that a quick save. Right. Let's talk to the nice people.
Hi.
Yeah, I played all of them, but only
no,
once.
not really.
And
No
ages
cabbages.
ago.
Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so. I didn't come all this way to buy vegetables. Listen, have you heard of Condor Transglobal?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on bulk purchases.
I'm
Don't
not
want a
into
piece of
cabbages.
cabbage.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, that's Catlupoca. Put it away, senor.
Oh.
Catlupoca brings nothing but evil.
The poor guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages.
See ya.
Ooh. It's good there. Oh dear. Stop! I think I need your counter, Oggy.
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table. Inside the hut was a chair and a small table.
Okay. That was pointless. Go and talk to him. You want to talk to him?
Hi there.
There you go.
What have you got for sale?
Okay.
Don't
I
you
said,
pinch my
what have you got?
counter. You're not using it at the moment. I don't think he wanted to talk to me.
Hi. Lovely bread.
Okay?
Bread. Pan?
Si, pan.
Maybe I'll come back later when I'm hungry. Those things are gourds, aren't they?
See,
Hey! Mind the footwear, lady.
Don't stand near a patch then. Quite rude.
Do you have crabs?
No, only fish.
Nice fish. Thanks. If by some remote chance I ever need a fish, I'll be back. Do you recognize this
Isn't
statue?
it?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, the Night Hunter.
I know, but I don't believe in luck, good or bad.
You may not now, but you will.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Very dramatic.
Go away.
I was just lurking in her. Do you have crabs? No. Rude. Oh, my headphone keeps falling out.
Hey, cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Cuaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
Well, he has broke the law then, hasn't he?
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn
Go
10
on, then.
times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Oh, look what I can see. Who can you see? Is that Pearl?
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Ooh,
Are you
biscuit.
trying to insult us?
No, really.
Want a dog
They're good.
biscuit?
We'll take your word for it.
What's with the long faces? This is a horse's stable, George, and you're hallucinating.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Have you seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor?
The
Don't
hungry
you know
chief.
who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead. You think I'd carry it around in my pocket if it wasn't?
Probably. Carry everything else.
Take a look at the design on this label.
I have seen that before.
Where?
There was a ship flying a flag just like that.
When did you see this ship?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
Interesting.
What was the ship with the condor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the Condor ship came in, we were told to go away.
That's quite rude, isn't
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
It's crazy.
Well, no, I'm
My
guessing they
cousin
don't know
Alfredo
anything
swears
about
he
it
saw
then, if they
happen
don't know what
once,
it is.
But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Right, I am going to have a very, very quick break because I need a wee, and I've got something in my eye that won't go out. So I will be back in a moment. Right, I'll see you in a minute. There will be no food fights, Mr. Ogden. It's a waste of food. And hello. Right. Had a lovely wee. Thank you. It has, because we seem to use it a lot in the daytime streams. And we try to make them a bit more family friendly. So, yeah, we don't seem to use it as much. I don't know, I suppose we do in Gab's Bar as well. But yeah, so just trying to keep... Oh dear, it hasn't been over family friendly today, I must admit, but... You know... Which one is that? God, you can barely see. That's left. Yes, okay, stop throwing food around. It's a waste. Unless they're fig rolls and you can throw them around as much as you'd like. Or Garibaldi's, you can throw them around. I like the words try to make it family friendly. Yeah, try. I mean, it's never guaranteed proper family friendly, but, you know, you try to make it a bit less sweary than, like, Fridays, which are fairly sweary, let's be honest. What is wrong with Bald Gary's? They're horrible. They're like cream crackers with raisins in. No. Right. Can you guys hear the game alright? Let's go and have a look at the goat. Garibaldi's are terrible. Biscoff are terrible. Biscoff aren't as bad a biscuit as a Garibaldi, but Biscoff have bad memories for me because they were the biscuits that used to be served up at the hair salon I used to work at, which I hated. So that's more of a bad memory biscuit. We got anything to give the goat? Let's give him a worm. No. Let's give him some pants. No. What's that? No, you Biscoff.
In Quaramonte,
yeah.
defacing a poster was probably a capital offence.
Yeah. That is a major insult, Biscoff. I've got to say.
Hey, Nico!
Oh, going up here. Going up here and round. Oh. Is that Jessica Rabbit's up there?
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering...
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Wow.
Hi.
Rude.
My name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason we came to Quaramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name
what
before.
Biscuit, though? An apology biscuit has got to be a good biscuit.
Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for
Peers
good.
suspiciously at the biscuit. It's like,
Do you have
I'm
any evidence that the
interested,
mine was
but
sabotaged?
I'm not sure if I want to
yet,
be interested.
but I'll get to the bottom
Is it
of
worth
it.
forgiving
There'd been
you
trouble
for?
at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has
Oh,
been closed
that's a
down.
statement. What is it, Bandy? You can't just call it a good biscuit and not back it up.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
I love the way they say, oh yeah, it's this place called Teoculcan. So much drama. Gets
Would
ready
you
to
like
take
a
the
dog
biscuit.
biscuit?
Would you
It's
like a
been
smack
built
in the
up a
mouth,
lot
Chico?
now. It better be a good biscuit. And don't just say it's a creamy just because you know it's an easy answer either.
Does this
Because that's a
stone mean
cop-out
anything to you?
answer.
I think it is a
'Cause Lou doesn't
spirit
like
stone
creamies
carved by a
anyway.
Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered
Love.
by many to be a bad omen.
You're going to get
Do you
yourself
recognize the
unmodded,
icon on
love.
this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Caramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I've no idea.
I know, yeah. I can drive, can't I?
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
Takes back good biscuit, which wasn't a creamy. What was it? You got to tell us now.
Nice buns.
Can anybody else see penis? I'm shocked.
Have you heard about the forthcoming
Jerry
eclipse?
Dodgers are
I don't
alright.
take
They're a
much
bit hard
interest
to
in
eat.
things like that. One of the boys might know
I
about
do
it.
like chocolate hobnobs though. We want to know what this biscuit was. I think he's lying.
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Jesus! And you just wanted to come in here and show everybody yours. I saw penis. That bloke, that one right there, he got up and he had nothing on his bottom half. How you doing, Chisley? Are you well? Right, let's talk to penis over here. Puts penis away. No, never
Hi,
put it
good
away.
afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining.
Slap
if
it
you are planning
everywhere.
to stay in Cuaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive, hands-on
It was
tour
one of those
of our
cookies that
deepest
Lou had
mines,
in London. I
with
can't remember what
talking
it
tour
is. It
guides
wasn't
available
there.
in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company.
I don't
What
know.
else did you expect?
Them Foxy's ones with chocolate on the one side, they are amazing. I've no idea what he was talking about.
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
You're fighting fires and also working. Right, okay. I hope they're not real fires. Work is rude, and I'm glad you're back. This bloke, he got up and he had nothing on his bottom half. And you could see penis. Not in detail, obviously, but it was quite
Do
rude.
you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
How come you're not
I
wearing
know.
any pants?
I feel more alert without
And
them.
Nico went,
Kind of
Nez
person.
Burns.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
I want him to stand up again. With Miss Penis and Crabs. I want him to stand up. He's not gonna though, is he? What's in there? You're gonna fight over Jammy Dodgers.
Keep out of there.
At least fight over a really good biscuit. Apparently Friendly's gone out the
That's
window.
where the explosives are stored.
That's the biscuit, whatever that was. It was that biscuit. Foxy's, what were they called? Extremely chocolatey cookies or something. They were epic. Okay.
I had nothing else to talk about.
We've obviously got to get in there. They are very good biscuits.
Labano tells me he's been.
They're very
seeing a
Moorish
lot
as
of
well.
We
I
meet
could smash a
sometimes for
pack.
lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate.
Hmm.
Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something? Would you like a biscuit?
These two do not
Gourmet
make a
dog?
good couple though, do they?
Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great. Guess what this is?
Even I'm
Go
not
on,
desperate enough for a
guess.
biscuit
It's
to eat
wrought
a
iron,
dog
probably
biscuit.
from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, George. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know.
Carries everything around
I
with
just
him.
can't seem to part with it.
That typing is doing my head
Take a
in.
look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
See,
I
good
found the
biscuit,
cutting
which
in
wasn't a
Ubier's
creamy,
house.
as that was a cop out.
Apparently, it's only
I
visible
bet it
from
was a
Central
creamy
America.
to start with.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu. Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house.
Mean, innit? Took it back. Teasing you with good biscuits.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
We're all
So,
rude. You
this
should
is
be
the
used to it by
sacred
now.
Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Okay.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially.
Not true.
Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses
Oh, by the
is that you
way,
shouldn't
I
try to view them
posted
with the naked
the
eye.
rude
Please.
magnets
Go
and
away
keyrings.
and let me get
today.
on with my work.
So you should all get them soon.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy?
No.
If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
And you ran away. You left it unattended, mate. Unattended biscuits don't stand a chance in this house. No, I posted it, SJ. I didn't think to bring it with me
Ever hear of a
tonight.
guy called Karzak?
No, sir.
Oh dear.
Did you know
Never
there's an
mind.
eclipse of the sun in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, Joe told me about it. He's having a party and we're all invited. Me
Yeah,
and the
all of us will
boys
get
are
one. Well,
dressing up as evil monks.
I can't
Yeah?
help who wins the giveaways, mate. I was running to find a tin to put the biscuit in. Lou, you put it in your mouth, not in a tin. What's the matter with ya? The amount of times we see each other too, I know. Dick. Oh well. Work stopped you winning the last one. Cross finally won
Do you
it.
know anything about the eclipse?
Oh no, he's the
Yes.
17th one.
And I'm really
Ponko
looking
won the
forward
last
to
one.
seeing it. I heard it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It's in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
9 days.
Thanks.
Biscuit hole, exactly. That's what my mouth should be called.
Ever heard
Biscuit
of a guy
hole.
called Karzak?
No.
I sent the two because Llama won one, so they got one each. So technically I did send two, but one is Llama's. Because she genuinely won a set, and then I said, well, you can have one second one. So it all worked out fine. I don't know what to do up here.
I had nothing else to talk about. There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
Biscuit hole hype. Yep, my mouth should be called the biscuit hole.
She wouldn't have been interested.
Seems a bit pointless coming up here. I need to get in that cupboard. Surely there was more to do up there. It's a good put down too. Oi, shut your biscuit hole. Yeah. I think I probably should have done more in there.
I had nothing else.
Hey,
Biscuit hole in your apple face. Yep.
stay out of that cupboard.
Surely there must be something I can give her.
She wouldn't have been interested.
That will get rid of her.
She wouldn't have been interested. She wouldn't have been interested.
Have I tried the pants?
She wouldn't have been interested.
I give him a worm.
She wouldn't have been interested.
Shame, mate.
She wouldn't have been interested.
I'm sick of hearing that sentence.
She wouldn't have been interested. She wouldn't have been interested.
Give them the guy. He might be interested.
She wouldn't have been
Well,
interested.
that's all the things, right. I don't think she's interested.
He wouldn't be interested.
Oh my god! I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. I think I've spoke to everyone. He needs a pet, he does. He was quite rude. No hurry, mate. It's alright.
Go away.
Rude. Just because you got crabs, mate. Oh, I haven't spoke to Pearl yet.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Pearl.
George Stobart, well, of all the...
Mrs. Henderson. Boy, this is some coincidence, huh?
When you've been married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria. He was an army veteran who suspected he was working for the CIA, but wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged.
Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoil sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own.
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, but the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
What?
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres. The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the Great Design, George.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one. What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had two of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected.
Oh, thank you for the host,
Sometimes I get the feeling that
How you
communication
doing?
with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot.
Yeah, she don't seem like she's quite all there, does she?
What do you make of this statue,
Yeah, don't
Pearl?
worry about your massive carbon
That's
footprint
a
while you
spitting
shop,
image
Pearl.
of Dwayne's brother
Exactly.
Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
Well, look at
this,
my
Pearl.
worm.
A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
Take a look at this news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an eclipse of the sun, which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd think the government would warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything. Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Okay, then.
Hey, Nico.
Ooh.
done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Oh, he is slimy.
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavations. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
I'm sorry to keep you
He's
waiting, Senor.
even-
Welcome
Where is
to
he?
Paramonte.
He is
Thanks.
even more slimy
My name's
than
George
Andre.
Stobart from California.
But what is this?
Oh,
An
button.
angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
He's
Pardon me,
disgusting,
senorita,
eh?
but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information.
He-Man.
General Graciento, at your service.
He does look like He-Man. He's very slimy. He's a slimy He-Man.
This is the
Slee-Man,
tourist office?
if you will.
It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No. No, I never heard of him.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Oh, that's alright then.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots, and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
Rude.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour. When he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Ubier, a visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor. Professor Ubier, a French archaeologist.
Ooh.
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Rudier.
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his
He keeps
price.
offering biscuits.
Mine
I'm
is more
getting
than a dog
upset.
cookie, senor Stobart.
I know the dog biscuits, but still, it's making me think about biscuits.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
Porkies.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso.
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you. I never heard of the guy. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
Oh,
you told
he's
me
filthy.
nothing.
Filthy Filtherson.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
How are
No,
you
senor.
doing?
I never heard of them, and neither did
Snakehead.
Ronaldo.
The lady at the mining company told us a ship belonging to Condor was here recently.
Conchita Garcia is crazy. If there had been a ship, do you think I
Oh,
wouldn't have
starting
noticed?
off yawning again.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They
Can't
are
stop
simple
arguing.
peasants.
Can't
They
stop.
will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your money.
I think it's from a weekend of trying
Condor
to
is
stay
run
up
by
late
Karzak,
to help
isn't it?
Gav get used
Wrong
to
again,
nights.
senor.
Snapped.
Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor.
Hence the playing games
whoever
instead of
he
doing
is.
things.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash
Oh, how
flood.
convenient.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
I'll be back.
He's... Oh, look at him sat there with his teeth.
I decided to leave the television switched on.
So it feels like we're going to have to get rid of him so we can have a proper nose around. Heidi! That was very squeaky.
It was a computer monitor with
How
some
you
kind
doing?
of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't
I'm
have
here to
time
not
to
follow
get
the game at all
sidetracked by
again.
playing
That's
computer
fine.
games.
Fine. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just tired. Keep yawning. It's not good. But apart from that...
Senor.
Yeah,
Leave
we're
the
going to have
child
to
alone.
get rid of him.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Oh, come on. So much fun.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Much
Hello,
rudeness.
senor. How can I help you?
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack?
He's going to get someone to eat a
Pop
dog
on,
biscuit
senor.
soon, isn't he?
But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
Even if it was dog biscuits.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
No one likes that, do they?
Do you know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
So long.
Lugal. Right. So I need to do something to get rid of him. And something to get rid of her in the office.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Your left earphone has stopped working. Rude.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe. But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
We'll know where it is.
That man we saw talking to the general was Oubier. Didn't you
I've only
recognize
got
him?
one ear roll in
Met him,
anyway.
remember? The guy I called
suppose
in
I could have
Paris
the other one
claimed
in,
to
'cause
be
Gav-
Oublier,
I don't
but
have
he
to listen to
sounded
Gav,
nothing
do I?
like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah. It's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte.
That actually sounds better now. Ooh. Ooh, BA.
Professor Oubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart.
I thought that face was familiar. Remember me, George? Dwayne
Oh,
Henderson.
Hi, Dwayne. Just a moment. I have a few questions to ask the professor here.
Blimey.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazak, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Is Dwayne growing a tash? Oh, I don't know.
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
Maybe you don't, but I do. Why was she known as...
Rude.
The Little Dachshund?
It was just a silly pet name I used to call her. Somehow some damned reporter found out.
What do you know about my girlfriend's abduction?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was invited to your mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
Ooh. Because she went at it like a dog, probably.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good.
Someone's got to eat a biscuit.
I can't get enough of these things.
He's eating dog biscuits.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale.
The questions never make any sense. But somehow it all
Can you
makes
identify
sense.
this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
Everyone knows
A
this
Central
one.
American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means, literally, smoking mirror. There. You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling
see how
in
long
the
a
night
piece
in
of string
search of
is.
victims. And victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
Do you see this label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here, to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
He doesn't seem dodgy to me.
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History is my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
From me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The Fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
Sounds pleasant.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think he's dodgy. He seems quite upfront, doesn't he?
Are you still working for... you know who?
Who's that, George? You know I'm retired.
Oh, nothing. Forget it. I confused you with somebody else.
He's not
I
all
do
there,
that
is he?
all the time.
Oh, headphones. This is a convincing lie. Yeah, maybe. He did
Do
seem
you
to have an
think the
answer for
general was
everything, though,
involved
didn't
with
he?
Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio before he met
That's
the Blue
weird.
Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Blue
Who's
Rinse
pulling
Fairy.
the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Bye, Chisley. Thank you for popping in. Have you put your penis away?
Does the
You
name
probably should
Karzak
before you
mean
go
anything
out.
to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George.
You've locked him in the cupboard.
But
Good.
I underestimated you, son.
He'll be safe in there.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Caramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been in prison just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
Don't lose the key. Yeah, you might need it. Banging his head against the wall, runs away. Bye, Chisels.
What's the real reason the musician was in prison?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
What's in the truck, Dwayne?
Oh, just camping equipment. Sleeping bags and tents. Me and Pearl always hankered after a taste of the great outdoors.
Aren't you worried about camping out in the tropical jungle?
We had a trial run in West Virginia. This'll be a breeze in comparison.
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh, no. Those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
How does
They were
he
on
know?
special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog, too, she just laughed.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
Rude.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
I never heard of it, son.
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No. A guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
Because he's just trying not to be sick in his mouth, probably. Right. I'm going to have to end the stream soon. I've got to get ready to go out. Can you actually walk around here? Oh, you can. See what's around here. Wow. Who's this? Man. Hello, man.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah. Look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
I've already spoke to him.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought. Did you see the ship with the Condor flag?
Maybe he is a bit dodgy
No,
after
But the
all.
dock is just the other side of the square.
Might as well be the other side of the moon.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists, but it scared people around here, so
Oh
I
yes, they can
stopped.
also be used to make a nether portal in Minecraft.
Have you heard about the eclipse of the sun?
And you need a diamond
Sure, I'm having
pickaxe
a
to
party
get
to
it.
celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
Rude.
Why don't you want the general at your party?
Because if he comes, he'll bring those damned music albums from the 70s.
Oh. Rude.
What do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No. Someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
Not really, no. Right. I am going to have to... oh, Tommy just turned up as I'm about to stop the stream. Oink. How are you doing? So wait till everyone's at his party. What? Hoink. Oh, just pull my ear holes out. Well, not literally. Pig Lord.
Hey, Nico!
Not really sure what we're supposed to be doing anyway. Yeah, I need to call it a day. I need to have a shower and get ready to go out. I'm sorry. We'll talk to him quickly because he's gross. Oink oink.
Do you have a map of Coramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back. I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there. I wasn't going to... I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this. I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
That seems
And
a bit
that carries
extreme.
the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While
Kinda.
being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
So long.
We're obviously not supposed to be in here yet. Going to talk to Duane then. Duane.
Maybe I'm wrong, but you seemed kind of evasive when I asked you about what you had in that truck before.
One
Damn
more
right I was
hour.
being
I can't.
evasive. I couldn't talk in front
Going
of a
out
foreign
in one
national.
more
See?
hour.
George, I'm on a top secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb.
Toby can't wait. I'm
400
hungry.
pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastic initiator. They'll
Yeah,
hear
SJ
the
can't
bang
wait
in
either.
China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
Is Miguel the reason you're
Date
here?
with Toby.
Pretty smart, George.
Me and SJ having
I
a
was
threesome with
supposed to
Toby.
make contact with him. By the time I found him, though, he was in jail. I've been trying to figure out a way to get
Plenty
him
of Toby
out
to go
since
around
then.
though.
Sounds good to me. Count me in.
Good man,
Ooh,
George.
it's a scandal.
All I
I
need is
keep
a
pulling
detonator.
these damn earphones out.
How come you brought a truckload of explosives but no detonator?
That
Call
does
me
seem a bit odd.
old-fashioned, but I say packing trunks is woman's work. I left the packing
Okay.
to Pearl, and I can't find a darn thing.
Well, you should have done it
Just hope
yourself.
you remember to bring my denture polish.
And then for
I'd
breakfast.
sure hate to arrive back in the States with tar
The more the
on
merrier,
my
Cap. The more the merrier. There's plenty of Toby to go around.
Have you really never heard of Condor?
Of course I have, son. Matter of fact, it was old Dwayne's investigation scared him off.
Did you find any evidence of Condor's drug smuggling operations?
Drugs? Hell no! Condor was a cover for the illegal export of Mayan artifacts.
Ooh,
So
plot
who was behind
thickens.
Condor Transglobal?
It was registered in the name of Edan.
Did you get the guy?
I don't think he ever existed. Edan backwards spells Nady, Spanish for nobody.
Ooh. Still not getting any further with the story. But yeah, I am going to have to stop it there, I'm afraid. In Caramonte. See, the first bit, we did the first 25%, like, really quickly, and now it's taking ages because I keep getting stuck. Because I'm thick. Right, let's quit that. Nice black screen for you. Lou, if you would finally move this way, then you could come with us. Keep telling ya. You just won't, will ya? No worries, mate. Thank you for watching. And apologies for all the yawns, but I just can't help it. I'm going off again now. Oh dear. Sorry. Can't stop. I need a shower to wake me up. Right. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for watching. Very much appreciate it. And we'll be back. We're hopefully doing Friday night. But because he's doing nights at the moment, he's going to be coming home Friday, like early morning. And then we might have a nap, but he's got to stay up because he's probably back on days next week. So hopefully we'll stream Friday night, but don't be surprised if we don't, because he might be in a bit of a state. But we'll let you know anyway. But thank you all for watching. I won't do a raid because I do need to go and have a shower. So I will see you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye.